Good afternoon to everyone. Madam Commissioner, welcome to the Dialogue on EU Accession, a dialogue with you, Madam Commissioner. But before opening the floor, giving you the floor for a keynote speech, I'd like to ask Madam Gerasimov, Deputy Prime Minister, the co-host of this event, to say a few words, welcoming remarks at the beginning. Christina, please.
Thank you very much, Julian, and thank you for accepting to co-host this dialogue with Commissioner Kos on her first visit to Moldova. Dear colleagues, Your Excellencies, it is a special day today for us. We are very privileged to have with us the Commissioner for Enlargement, who is here to express her support for our EU accession path. And also to prove one more time that the European Union is indeed a family of states, of people who support each other during good times and bad times. I want to thank you, dear Marta, for the excellent news that you brought today to us, the 2-year plan that will help us become fully independent and much more resilient from an energy standpoint. But also, this will start with an immediate assistance package that each and every one of us will feel on in our bills. I would like to also take this opportunity to thank the Commission, your brilliant team at DG NEAR, your cabinet who walks us through the thousands of pages of the acquis since the last year when we started this incredible journey together of the EU accession negotiations. Exactly 1 year ago, on the 7th of February, we had our kickoff meeting for the explanatory screening in Brussels. It was only 2 days after the moment when I was sworn in as Deputy Prime Minister for European integration, and very little did we know then what to expect and what was lying ahead of us. We were literally terrified of the uncertainty of the road ahead. But we worked hard, and step by step, we are where we are today. In the midst of a very long and complex process of preparation of our country, of our society, of our economy for accession, but one that we take with full commitment and full responsibility. That is because everyone in this room knows how rare such windows of opportunity are, how rare history offers such windows of opportunities to countries like ours. We want to make sure that we put in 100% of our efforts to be prepared for accession at the best of our ability. That is why today we invited colleagues from the working groups, the Sherpas of all of the work you see in Brussels when we come for the screening sessions week by week. They are the ones who guide colleagues, exactly, across tens of institutions to work together and to deliver on the reforms of our European agenda. We also invited today to this dialogue colleagues who have been supporting the efforts of the working groups from civil society, from the academia, from the private sector, the local public administration, and colleagues, of course, from the Bureau for European Integration. All here to meet you, to have a dialogue with you about our present and about our future. I want to take this opportunity also to thank all of you for all of the hard work that you are putting in every single day to speed up the process of our EU accession. This is still, of course, a lot to be done ahead of us. And today, I would say we're terrified of the certainty of the road ahead of us. But I'm trustful that if we continue to work together as we have been doing for the last year or so, we will make this ambitious goal of ours to bring Moldova in the EU a reality. So, dear Marta, thank you so much for joining us. Everyone here is present to have a dialogue with you. So therefore, without further ado, I give you the floor.
Thank you so much, dear Deputy Prime Minister, dear Christina, dear ladies and gentlemen. I met you, I think it was the second week of my mandate in December. And first, you made an impression on me because, I was on my side with my team, and you, Christina, on the other side, it were 4 women. So now I see a lot of women present here. Congratulations. It's not about only the women, but why I mention you especially. When I became a commissioner, I told myself, wherever I will go, I will meet powerful women and civil society. And thank you for enabling me this. Yesterday I had dinner with great, powerful women. Some of them are sitting here. Today I have the possibility to speak to you. At that time, Christina, I promised you that you will never walk alone on your path to the EU, that Moldova, your government, you personally can count on me. But after being nearly 24 hours here in Chisinau, I see that I can also count on you. You said that it's so much to do. But this is so much to do for us too, because you are pushing us to our limits. You are so quick of what you want to do, so we would love to answer. And until now, it was possible to do this, so it is a kind of both-way project. How can we deal with this? And at that time, I also said that my travel plans would be mirror the efforts the countries are making in their reforms on the accession, and this is why I am in Moldova today. Your country is really a special example, and therefore I would love to congratulate you. Your reforms made it possible for the Commission to work 2 to 3 times faster than we have done this in the past. I am Commissioner for Enlargement, a passionate Commissioner for Enlargement, because I really think that this is a window of historic opportunity which we should use. Together with my team in Brussels and the delegation here in Chisinau, we are doing everything we can to walk together on this path. For me, this has also is a personal mission. Namely, my life has been shaped by the enlargement. I grew up in a communist country of Yugoslavia. Today it doesn't exist anymore. So today it's Slovenia. We got independent in 1991. If you would have asked me if our independence at that time would cause a war, I would bet for $1 billion or euro that there will be no war, but 3 hours after we declared our independence, the war started. It wasn't that bad. It was only 10 days, but still, at that time we didn't think that our EU pass will be also about security. Today it is again about the security. When we got then a member of the EU, it was May the 1st, 2004. It was one of the most happiest days in my life. Somehow we knew that we are a part of Europe. I think that you also know all that you are a part of Europe, but officially entering the EU, you get a kind of official proof now you are a part of us. And hope, opportunities, and a vision of a peaceful and prosperous future were driving all of us. And belonging to the European Union was that really very important for us, and probably is today too. I know that this sense of belonging is shared by the people of Moldova, and despite everything, you enshrined your European future in your constitution, and I want to help you get there. I have been already in Warsaw to discuss with the EU presidency what we could do during the first half of the year, and I hope that we will soon get then the green light to open the first negotiation clusters, and I will soon visit Denmark to see how they could support us in the second half of the year. You can count on me to state your case in Brussels, but I can only do that if you continue to push ahead with the reforms and with implementing them. We have been discussing this a lot. It is not enough just to bring the reform through, they have to be implemented. So this is not easy, but if you deliver, I will do everything within my power to match your efforts. And I'm happy to see so many of representatives of civil society, of local authorities and business associations here in the room. You all need to work together. Accession negotiations require an intense effort by the whole society. Since my first day in office, my advice to all the candidate countries has been to make accession a national project. That's why I'm not only meeting politicians here in Moldova. I told you last night I had dinner with some of Moldova's most inspiring women, leaders in civil society who work every day to ensure that Moldova's European dream doesn't fade under pressure. And my next meeting will be with a group of young Moldovans who are serving as young European ambassadors, because what we are doing is ultimately about their future. It is about your future, or to say it with the words of your poet Grigore Vieru, a different air, a different sky, a different stars. Alt aer, alt cer, alte stele. So, thank you. Moldova is living now this transformation to come to different stars, to different sky, to different air, and the stars on your horizon may be distant, but they are within reach, very much. So do your best to make sure that everyone, young and old, civil society, government and opposition, comes together to make this a shared vision. Only then can Moldova's dream of different stars become reality. In Slovenia, and when I say Slovenia, I have to say that I have heard during my visit many times, you know, Moldova is so small. I will tell you, Slovenia is smaller. So we are 20,000 square kilometers, you are 30,000, we are 2 million, and you are more than 2 million. So when I was ambassador, once I talked to somebody and said, you know, it's easy for you, this was ambassador from Germany, it's easy for you because you come from a country which has more than 80 million people. And then I got the lecture for my life. And this ambassador told me, you are as small as you say you are, and you are as big you say you are big. So in the sense of the size really doesn't matter. And once you will become a member of the EU, you will have one voice, the same as Germany, the same as France, the same as Poland, the same as any other member states. So in Slovenia, when we were on the way to Europe, we had an agreement among all the political parties not to argue over the EU affairs. We were fighting on some other issues, but never on the EU accession. This unity was instrumental in finding consensus on politically sensitive reforms and speeding up the path to EU membership. And this is a good model to follow. This is what I have also told Speaker Grosso and the heads of parliamentary committees earlier today. I'm of course, fully aware that for you, the journey towards EU membership is more difficult than it was for my native Slovenia. What has changed? I would very simplify now, but I see three different stages when Europe enlarged in the last 20-25 years. For instance, in 2004, when my Slovenia became a member, it was simplified like this. If a candidate country has fulfilled the criteria, it was able to join. After 2004, it got a bit difficult because of the so-called absorption capacity of the EU, meaning not only if a candidate country is fulfilling the criteria, also the EU has to be ready to accept them. So it was possible, but more difficult. Especially in the last 10 years, before this commission, where actually we didn't want to enlarge because there was the idea of the member states that we should more do on the deepening side, not on the enlargement side. But nowadays, the situation is differently, meaning we have candidate countries like you who are willing to do everything to join us as soon as possible. The European Union would like to see you as our member as soon as possible. But then is the third factor, and this is new. At the same time, we have external disruptive forces who would like us to see failing the European Union and also Moldova. There are many autocratic systems around the world who would love to see us fail, and they will not be able to reach that goal. So we will not fail. Why? The geopolitics today is very much complicated. But we will not fail because joining the EU is not only about the economy. I was talking today, what is the most important part of the government or of the parliament? It is doing the best for its people. And doing the best for its people, it's not only about economy, it is also about democracy, it is about human rights, it is about the rule of law, and it is about the solidarity. And you have mentioned that we have reached today a big step in the energy resilience for Moldova. And yes, we also help the left bank on the base of solidarity. 2 years, the plan is for Moldova. So we are based on the solidarity, and we are experiencing this all the time in the European Union. It was like this during the COVID crisis. It was during the big floods in Slovenia. Also, for instance, 60% of our territory was flooded, so the damage was 15% of the whole GDP. But we were able to get help from the European Union. So we live in different times today, but why is Russia fighting your aspirations to become a member of the EU? Russia very well knows that Moldova's future in the EU would mean more democracy, more stability and freedom, and that weakens their influence in the region. And that's why they are using every possible tool. Energy blackmail, you were talking about bribery and disinformation to derail your progress. But we have seen all this before. We know how to counter it, and let me be clear, Moldova will not face this challenge alone. With a 30 million euro energy package, we're throwing a lifeline to all Moldovans because we are in 2025. Nobody should die because it is too cold or because it's freezing. I know that the current situation is also very difficult to the people on the right bank. Last night, I have heard that energy crisis has hurt the most vulnerable people your civil societies are working with. But I think that nobody should have to endure winter without heat and light. We are doing our best to ease the situation, and this will be then a bit longer process. And as I have said today in the press conference, the help comes with conditionality. And one of the first conditions is respecting human rights. But you know, now for Moldova going through the energy crisis, this is a process many European countries have done before. We have been supplying the companies, the households in Europe with 50% from gas from Russia. Today it's how much? It's 0. Do we exist Of course we do. This transition we were actually pushed in has also brought the new element, and this is going more into the renewables, and this is the chance we all have. Then, this is just one of the packages. Soon we will put through the European Parliament the Reform and Growth Facility for Moldova. This EU financial support package, which amounts to 1.8 billion euro, is the largest package we have provided to Moldova since your independence. And per capita, it is roughly the same. We are also helping Ukraine in the war. And we hope that this will boost your economy and bring you closer to EU membership. So, I promised you, you can count on me. We have been today already planning what to do in the next year and what to do during my whole mandate. So now I would like to hear from you, I would like to listen to you, what we could do more for your European way, or what are you willing to do to be a value added for the European Union. Because this energy package we have came to the agreement is not because you are, no, pardon my English, just Moldova. This package was able to happen because you are a candidate country. So you are already ours. We treat you differently than some other states who are not yet our candidate countries. So I was speaking about how we can help you, but now, you know, if we turn it around, this narrative is also what Moldova will be able to contribute to the security of the European Union or of the whole continent, what Moldova can contribute to the European economy, and what Moldova can contribute to democracy development in the world. I'm really looking forward to see you as soon as possible as a member of the EU.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Commissioner. Now we'll move on to the second part of our